Boss, another desert conquered. Ah, what fortuitous timing. I'm going to need your help, boss. The day my beloved daughter Lapis agreed to spend with me is rapidly approaching. It's time to repair our rocky relationship, thus fixing the broken bond in your heart and freeing yourself from the shackles of that dreadful contract. Yes, yes. Oh yeah, it's a yeah, it's a lot of fun, Chosen. This game is a management sort of sim, so you know, build up resources and so on. But it's also pretty hilarious, very smutty in areas. But you can set it to, you know, how difficult and how smart you want it to be. And it's also very sex positive as well. So it's got a lot of good things going for it. I suppose I should be concerned about that too. But honestly, I would make a devil's deal once more if it meant getting my precious Lapis back. Let's be sure you do mean your daughter and not my magic rock from the last arc, right? Correct. Cast aside the thoughts of doing evil upon you. I am no longer interested in supernatural trinkets or revenge. From now on, I'm all about healing and moving forward. But for some reason, she seemed reticent to spend time with her beloved father. So I've been plotting means of winning her over. Plotting? That ought to be good. Well, plotting may be a bit too neutral of a word. Perhaps brooding more accurately reflects the nature of my sulking. Nevertheless, I see a clear way forward here. Prove I am a loving, thoughtful, and emotionally available father. By spying on her and knowing all her secrets so that I have the intel I need to shower her with gifts and do everything perfectly on our special day. This is a bad idea. Nonsense, I'm her father, I know what's best for her. The only question is, how best to spy on my own daughter? What about asking her acquaintances for gift ideas? How astute, I can bribe someone to tell me what she likes, and then she'll know what a hands-on investigative father I am. Have you perhaps considered just asking about herself? I don't understand. How would that prove how dedicated I am? Never mind. Boss, Lapis sells her wares around town. I bet one of your business associates would know more about her. Good strategic thinking, large servant man. Which of your business contacts do you think would be the most familiar with Lapis? Bonbon's made a career out of knowing people's preferences. Pip Whipple! Cashious do know things, don't they? Dare I say, they may even detect them. As long as I stay clear of a certain conversation topics, such as the numerous occasions that I fucked her parents, Pip and I should get along fine. Allow me to fetch her, boss. It isn't too long before Battle Butler returns with Pip Whipple thrown over his shoulder. He gently places her down in front of you and Cashious. Thanks for the lift. Oh, hi boss. Did you send for me? We're in need of the service of an ace detective. I'm not to fall for sweet talk, but how can Pip Whipple, ace detective, help you today? She's totally fallen for the sweet talk. I need some personal information about a particular someone. Easy enough. Who do I get dirt on? Oh, and just be clear, you're nice now, right? This better not be an evil scheme. Au contraire, this is my attempt to atone for my past wickedness and amend my relationship with my estranged daughter. Have you ever bought wares from a certain travelling merchant? Lapis? Wait, you're the father she's always complaining about? I want to say no, but I'm relatively certain the answer is yes. Lapis. Pulls out a notebook and flips through it. Now, notes I keep on every single one of my associates and enemies, including details on phobias, philias, friends, food allergies, and preferences. Wow, that's a treasure trove of information. Let me see that. Hey! You wrote favourite food scones? And the rest are just drawings of her flexing. Is this really all you have? I haven't finished filling out everyone's character sheets, okay? But I did see Lapis eating a scone once. That's hard evidence, a first-hand account. rips the notebook from Cashious and storms off. Well then, glad we were able to get the tip on lapis scones, huh? Doesn't everybody in Britain like scones? It is a legal requirement, but perhaps her travels abroad have opened her eyes to the wonders of our flaky golden crumbly cakes. These can't be simply any scones. This must be the most extraordinary gesture of fatherly love ever made. But somehow related to the only thing we're certain Lapis likes, scones. How can we take simple scones and make them into a gesture that says, from the heart, but better than anyone else? Let's erect a scone-shaped mansion. Dip the scones in pure gold and encrust them with diamonds, but you can't eat them then. 100,000 scones! This is our mark of genius! The poor say less is more, but the rich know that more is more. And the ultra-rich know that more than more is more. Boss, I hate to be that person, but how do you intend to have 100,000 scones baked at the same time, all hot and ready to eat at once? Ready to eat? Why would it matter if the scones were ready to eat? These scones aren't for eating, therefore proving that I know how much my daughter loves to eat scones. All it should take is an enormously high mountain of deliciously, albeit inedible scones. Mountain, that gives me a good idea. I have that old mountaintop observatory I converted into a deadly heat ray. We could use it to cook all the scones at once. Why do you have that? As if I need to ask? Well, I was going to use it to start fires in your garden from afar, melt all your candles, put a glare in your eyes, and generally torture you with sunburn. But now that I'm all revenged out, we can use my very expensive and impractical tool of evil for very expensive and impractical good. You set out to hire every baker in the city to cease all the other business for the day and focus exclusively on making scones to be cooked by a deadly heat ray. By the end of the day, an entire city block has been cleared out of the way to make room for the massive amount of scones Cashious has gathered for Lapis. I love it when a plan comes together. I can't wait to experience the joy of a truly happy daughter. It's been so long I almost forget what that feels like. Alright, I feel slightly more prepared, but maybe we should keep gathering intel just to be safe. Do you remember anything she liked in raising her up? Well, I don't see how I could. That's what the nannies were for. And they're all gone now. May they rest in peace. You really don't recall a single thing she liked from when she was a child? What? And also, I don't even want to know why all your nannies are dead, do I? No, I didn't have them killed. They all retired. I just don't wish to disturb their peace is all. They did a fine job raising Lapis for me. Okay, how much time did you spend raising Lapis? I don't understand the question. You can't measure good parenting in time. It's measured in expense, of which I spared none. Anyhow, no. Between my obsessive revenge schemes and all this hell nonsense, I'm lucky that I even remember to, what were we talking about? Calling even a single thing that your daughter likes, sir. After being dragged to hell and all my demonic influence bouncing around in my head, my memory is a little worse to wear. I'm afraid the specifics of the child are too fuzzy for me to recall. That was nearly 2 decades ago. How am I supposed to remember something that far back? That could probably stimulate your brain with science stuff. I'll try anything for my daughter. Take a short hike to the estate of Vlad Nibblesome. Oh, anyone home? Perhaps we should have called ahead. Had a bit of wondering, you find Vlad hunched over some poor soul in his lab. Pardon me, Mr. Nibblesome. Vlad continues his work on the corpse, seemingly unaware of your arrival. Cashious approaches Vans, grabs him by the shoulder and turns him around. Vlad moves his earplugs. Oh, I'm sorry. Was this one you? What? Excuse me? This happens to me all the time. That's why I wrote a body found note and left it in the place where I found the body. I assume you were out looking where you left your corpse when you found the note instead, and you've come to clean the body. No? No. Well, all the better. I wasn't quite ready to part with this exquisite specimen. So, what brings you? The boss here suggested you might be able to help me recollect events of the past with your avant-garde approach to science. Yes, you seek a little pick-me-up for your hippocampus? A little go-go for your hippo? Sadly, I don't have the equipment on hand. This facility is currently equipped for studying the effects of extreme doses of electricity on the deceased. But I don't see why we can't improvise a bit. I'll turn my patent-pending corpse shockener, down to 1, which should be well more than survivable for a man of your density. Put those electrodes against your skull. You'll need some rubber to ground you. Rubber, you say? Why, I eat rubber for breakfast. Interesting. Perhaps we need to worry about the particular precaution then. The internal insulation provided by the rubber you've ingested will make for the most excellent data. That was really more of a figurative statement. Now then, I'm going to lightly probe your mind with some gentle electrocution. No need to tell me if it hurts. I'll be able to smell if you're overcooked. Vlad pulls a heavy lever and all the lights in the room blow out. Cashious is knocked off his feet by an explosion of sparks. Oh my, I forgot to switch from alternating to direct current. Are you alright? From the smell of you, you're about medium rare. How do you feel? Cashious sits smoking in the corner of the room. Wait, it's coming back to me, yes. Yes, I'm remembering now. The walk back from the orphanage where I procured her, we were passing through my favourite park. She must have been so scared she cried the entire time. At first I was worried that I had made a huge mistake. Who was I to raise a child? But then we passed a simple toy store. She seemed enraptured by its wares. A stuffed bear in particular. I bought the toy for her on the spot. The smile on her face when she realized it was hers. It was the sweetest thing I've ever seen. I was suddenly confident I had done the right thing. Her beautiful smile, it seemed to fade as the years went on until it disappeared altogether. Where did I go wrong? I don't understand. Tears welled up in Cashious' eyes. That quickly scribbles down some notes. It appears the experiment was a success. Side effects including leakage from the ocular cavity and a pungent burnt hair smell. I'm sorry about that, let's move on. It seems a fair bet that my daughter's favourite animal might be this exotic beaver creature. But how can we turn this beaver knowledge into a grand show of force? I mean fatherly love. That's a good nice wood carving for her. The solution must involve vast shares of wealth. No, have one as a pet seems to be a bit. I'm not sure that would work. But the wood carving might. Yes, I know what you're trying to say. You're just saying it all weak and cowardly. What you clearly mean to suggest is that we train a bevy of beavers to carve all the trees in the park from her childhood into her likeness. We'll have to track down an expert in animal behaviour. Perhaps a circus trainer? Nonsense, I train my precious Lucifer myself. Surely it would be a simple task to teach the art of sculpting to even the dullest of beavers. This plan would require the acquisition of beavers, however. As I would have it, I have information that may help you. It's the least I can do to thank you for allowing me to electrocute you. What that I am in the lumber industry, I have many a beaver in my employ, and most of them are even tamed already. Not enough people have been dying lately, so I could spare a handful of beavers for my coffin-making division, if that would help. Coffin-making division. That would be most appreciated, my good man. I'd gather the appropriate number of beavers this scheme. Now, to get to work on these beavers. Their lapis statues must be more than mere caricature, but rather beautiful pieces of art in their own right. However, having never worked with beavers before, I find myself at a loss. What artistic inspiration would elevate these creatures' work? Museum let them choose their own inspiration. Leonardo da Vinci's original sketches, so they absorb his talent. Teach the beavers art history dating back to the Greco-Roman area. Ah, the classics, of course. All good skills come from the basic foundation principles. If I may, Mr. Millionaire and boss, I have quite the knowledge of Greco-Roman art. You do? Yes, as a battle butler, most of my basic foundation training came from Greek wrestling. Plenty of those mosaics and vases depict various ancient Greek athletics. I would be happy to present a guided art tour to the beavers. By all means, Sir Battle Butler, go to the town of the beavers. Battle Butler guides the beavers to his collection of ancient Grecian battle art and patiently walks them through the process. By the end of his lectures, the beavers are well versed in art and in battle. Moving and ready to go, you and Cashious march the beavers to the aforementioned park and set them loose. Carve, my pretties, carve! The beavers make quick work of all the trees in your specified radius. Truth be told, none of them are utilizing quite the nuance I would desire. I'm surprised this is working even a little bit. But I'm sure Lammers will appreciate the great personal sacrifice that went into this, our valuable time. If I can capture even the smallest smirk, it will have worth it. I'm eager as a beaver to show it to her. Well, it's now or never, I suppose. I've already sent a letter that should bring her to our destined location any second now. Come, let us hide in the bushes and prepare to spring this gift upon my daughter like a bear trap baited with parental love. You call the most comfortable-looking shrubbery available when Lapis arrives, looking puzzled. Aha! Cashious, the letter said that the International Conference of Magical Artifact Merchants would be at this location. But no, it's you and your newest lackey. Nonsense, we are merchants, clearly. What are you buying?
Tell me what's really going on here.
You're not merchants. If you were, we'd have already met at one of the many real merchant conventions. Tell me, what's really going on here? Isn't it obvious? No, it's never obvious for you, Cashious. I've made you a heaping mountain of scones, which I now present to you as proof of my fatherly love. Why? Because I love you? No, why scones? Well, I heard you liked scones. I guess I've been known to eat them under some circumstances, but scones are just scones. I don't know how you expect me to eat these. No, hold on, you must be confused. I interrogated one of your clients, that plucky detective. I know for a fact that scones are your favorite food. So let me get this straight. The extent of your knowledge about my life more or less ends at the fact that I make my living as a merchant. A merchant who sold many useful artifacts to my direct rivals, and I forgive you for that. And you asked my clients to tell you what I like? Really? My clients? Not even my friends? That was your plan? Yes, exactly! You get it, see? I did a good father thing. Wait, you have friends? Cashious. Hold a thought, you don't appreciate this one. That's fine, I get it. But look, there's another gift. Would you explain why we're standing knee deep in wood chips? Wait, what's wrong with the trees? What am I looking at? Can't you tell? No, if I could, I wouldn't have asked. It's a veritable forest of, well, you. Me? Yes, you. Don't you see the resemblance? Vaguely? It almost looks like these trees were decimated by a rodent infestation. They were! Specifically a beaver infestation. More specifically, moderately trained beavers. That's pretty much the reaction of most people when they're playing this game, I feel. You're not smiling. Why are you smiling? Do you have bad gas? I don't understand where this is coming from. Why beavers all of the things? Don't know when you were little and I bought you that stuffed beaver? You loved that thing. Cashious, I thought anyone was a capybara. His name was Captain Barry. A what? Some sort of larger beaver variant? Close enough, I'd say. They're basically the same thing. No, they're not. Capybaras are not beavers. They do although I guess they do kind of look similar. And they are both mammals that spend a huge amount of time in water and underwater, despite not being, like, waterborne mammals. Why aren't you more grateful? This is a very time-consuming, expensive endeavour. So the only other thing you know about me is from decades ago. And you didn't even get it right? You're not impressed by my fabulous display of love, effort, and personal expense, are you? Lapis frowns. At the end of the day, the thing you care about most is yourself. Lapis, that isn't true. How could you possibly think that? Because fancy things, expensive gifts, I didn't ask for any of this. You did this because it made you feel good. You can't buy love, Cashious. You're going to have to earn it by being a good father. Well, I mean, he doesn't even know what that is, so... But if essentially throwing money at you isn't being a good father, then what is? I'm not interested in helping you figure it out. Lapis exits, leaving her gifts behind. I'll try even harder next time to buy her the right gift. Wrong. Stop. Wait, baby, you're right? It's as though I don't know how to express affection outside of grand gestures and material possessions. But just you wait until Lapis and I have our father-daughter day together. I'll make it the most memorable day of all time. Thank you for your help, boss. I'll most certainly need you at our father-daughter bonding day to continue administering great advice. I can't wait.